So to level set, watch this clip from a past episode on sexual compatibility with Dr. Lassiter. Check this out.
When I think about sexual compatibility, I think about three things. I think about balance of sexual desires. I think about communication about those desires. And I think about satisfaction. And part of that balance is that you have to be balanced in what you want and the frequency in what you want. And if those things are aligned, then we can get into conflict.
Oh, okay. So he was saying that he needs to balance what you want and the frequency you want. My bigger question for y'all is, do you think gay culture explores enough what they want sexually?
Nope.
No. Not at all.
Okay, you said nope first. Why do you say that?
I think talking to younger gays, I always find them wanting to mimic themselves after heteronormatives. Like, this is going to be black and white, no in between. You don't want a feminine top like we talked about earlier. I'm feminine, he has to be masculine. I feel like they don't really explore a lot because a femme top or even a verse bottom may blow your fucking back out, but because your mind is so set on I want masculinity because I'm the opposite, I think you kind of limit yourself to like your good experiences or probably the best sex you probably ever had in your fucking life.
I think that applies more than just sex, though. I think there's a lot of us, as you started by saying, is that talking about like femme tops and masculine bottom. I mean, everybody loves a masculine bottom, apparently. I don't tremendously, but people do.
Just be clean.
We had a whole conversation about that on Tuesday. Don't get me into the clean word.
Good evening, church.
But what do you think, Marco? Do you think that gay culture, black gay culture, explores themselves enough to understand what they want?
I don't think so. I think that there is room for improvement when it comes to that. I think we're so stuck on labels and top bottom VERS that
inside,
don't forget sides. Inside. Excuse me, my bad, y'all.
Don't leave me out. Don't forget them.
But virgin, top, fat top, side.
You have to know who you are before you get in there.
You got about 10 more adjectives in there.
I feel so attacked. I don't know what's going on.
But I also feel like you might have a partner or a sexual partner that is a power bottom, and you just might not be fucking that person long enough.
And what? Okay, keep going. What do you mean by that?
I was waiting.
I mean, like, so there are just bottoms like they nut, they go, but there are some bottoms that just like to get fucked for hours and hours.
Yes.
And
I gotta
hours.
find you somebody else.
No, I'm not even gonna hold you. You gotta go.
There was just a little silence right there that took me out. That little quick silence, you took everybody's breath away right there.
Or even when we bring it back, there are strict tops that don't suck dick.
Which I think is weird.
What is a strict top that don't suck dick? We're both gay. We both have penises. Why aren't you sucking my dick?
Trauma.
It sounds like these are some very, very specific grievances.
No, because for me, I just hate.
These are very specific.
I hate categories when it comes to black gay men, sexual, and being like the intercourse of it.
Okay, but I do think that people find comfort in titles. Like these socially ascribed titles. People find comfort in being a top and whatever you assume tops is me because they are too lazy to discover it for themselves.
Look, I'm not saying everybody.
I'm
just saying for me.
I'm just saying I have talked to enough people that are like, I'm a top, you need to be a bottom, and that's all we gonna do. And that's their thing.
Like no, I've experienced that. I had a partner before that was strictly top. Like we tried it one time and it just didn't work, and I was just like, okay, it's just not gonna work. And we just went with it.
That wouldn't have been me, but I don't even know how to follow that.
But going back to him, like it's just okay because the sex we tried it, it just didn't work, and let's just go back to the original schedule programming.
That's what I'm saying. The original schedule program. People like predictability.
I don't.
You don't at all?
No.
Like ever?
It's cool, but it's just like one of those things like, surprise me.
Surprise. Can I ask you, like, are you versatile? Would you say you're versatile?
Am.
Okay. So, I mean, it's easy.
I like everything. I'm greedy.
It's easy to be surprised when you're versatile. But I do think that if you fare on one side of the line or the other.
But I feel like a lot of people do not want to explore that because they feel like you're taking something away from them. And everything is so accessible to the point now where if you tell somebody, okay, well, I'm versatile, they're just like, oh, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so
Because
many
they will
guys
literally keep scrolling and find
yeah,
somebody
they'll be
who
like,
will.
I'll find somebody that will do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you're gonna have to do that at some point with me. I have an itch. You're gonna have to scratch it. Like, at some point, like, if it's not giving that, then I just nah.
But I think the difference in what I'm at least in my head is like hookup culture is very much I'm just gonna find whatever whatever hole I can fit the peg in, right?
Very much so.
And because it's so ubiquitous in our culture. But I do think in dating, because sex is so available, I think we lack a level of commitment to figuring out
There it
how our
is.
particular puzzle pieces fit together.